Make a cake every hour. Keep that skillet good and greasy all the time, time, time. Keep that skillet good and greasy all the time. And here we are again for Food Notes number 15 already, right?
Is it 15? Wow.
15, yes. 15. And Jens, what are we going to cook today?
Well, we're going to cook one of our family's favorites. It's our family's take on an East Prussian fish soup. So be surprised.
We do have some interesting stuff here on the table. A piece of cod, some grouper, a little. This is a tuna steak, right?
Yes, yes.
And a piece of tiny little piece of salmon. We're gonna put in some shrimp. It's a boiled shrimp, deveined already, everything done. Some chopped clams. We need a little flour for the sauce, and then we have a bay leaf and some cloves.
Oh, fantastic! We also. I know we're not promoting wine, you know, we just need it for cooking, you know, and if you don't want to use the wine, don't use it, you know, I mean, because, you know, I don't really actually know if my grandparents would use the wine. Today not Russian, but East Prussian fish soup, most recipes you will find wine, but maybe, you know, it's optional, so I'm just making sure of that. So we have a little bit of white wine, but what we definitely need is a little bit of apple cider vinegar, just a little bit, and a little bit of honey.
Yeah.
A little bit of, not much, but a little bit of cream, a little bit of oil, just very little. And we got pepper, salt, we got vegetable stock, and the onion that we're going to use for the cloves.
Mm-hmm. Dill weed?
That's very important. We need lots of dill weed. And, you know, just...
Potatoes.
And potatoes, yes. And just mentioning it, you know, it's... The fish, you know, you saw that we have a variety of fish, but, you know, you can use any fish. You can just use one kind or three kinds. I just, you know, yesterday I was in the shop and this is what looked fresh. I said, well, I'm going to take a little of that and a little of that. Yeah. And of course, you know, it's just a fish soup. So let's see.
Starting out with our potatoes and our peelers, of course. I cut them. Jens has put some water in the pot. And they need to go in first because they're going to take the longest.
I just mentioned the other day that I never cut myself with these, but I had a comment on my email, somebody saying just cut a little bit of his fingernail off. but it didn't hurt and it wasn't bad, so that's all good. So with the potatoes we just make little pieces like this, you know.
Cut them in cubes, yes.
Like this. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little bit smaller, so they actually can go without, you know, like cutting, like eight pieces, you know, out of one potato. So they can actually go on a spoon, you know. Don't need to necessarily. That wasn't a real good example, you know, cutting the potato in my hands, you know. Don't do that. I don't know why I did that.
Well, with your knives, there's no problem because they're really dull.
Actually, no, they're not. No, they're not.
They are.
They are not. I cut your hair this morning with this one.
I know. This is why I'm saying this.
They used to say, the band that eats together beats together. And I like that, you know, because, well, anyway. No, because from here to here, I dropped something. Let's see what it is. Can't find, oh, no. Potato tea. We're gonna just add a little bit of oil, just very, very, very little, but it just helps the flavors to come out a little bit better. And I'll put some salt in it, but not too much yet. To the potatoes, and I put water. So I don't measure it. I just make sure that the potatoes are covered and I have a little bit more. And that's it. Let's start these potatoes.
We need about a half an onion. I cut it straight through the middle. Peel the top off and see that I'll leave this on so the onion doesn't fall apart. Well, maybe I should use this part here.
Why?
Stays together better with a root on top.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What we're
I'll
gonna
cut it
do?
off again.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yes. Now I'm gonna take some cloves. Stick them in here. Like that. 4 should be plenty. And then I'm gonna add this to the water.
Some people stick the clove through one of these leaves so they can find them again, but it's not really necessary. So we're just going to add them to the potatoes.
Chop the capers just a little bit, not too much, but just so that they get busted a little bit and give up their flavor a little easier. That's all.
And that's why we need a little bit of the oil in the water, so we get the flavors, you know, from the capers out. You know, just.
Now, of course, you can leave the capers away if you don't like them. But
No, you can't.
yes, you can. But it's
Eat something else.
with capers is something really you either like them or you don't.
Oh,
you know?
I really love capers.
and a lot of people don't. You know, so
I can eat a
if
glass of capers like that for dinner.
yeah, but
We can put this in the water. If you read up on most of the recipes, you know, of fish soup, you will find that, you know, people take, you know, fish bones and they make a stock first, you know, and then they put lots of vegetables in it. But that's not what we did at home. This is actually how we did it. This is how mother made it. This is how our grandmother made it, you know, and it's a little different, you know, with the potatoes in. A lot of people make a lot of recipes, you know, show the vegetables, like I said, and then they cook they boil the potatoes separately and then pour the soup over the potatoes. But at home, we just put everything in one pot. And
yes, and instead of using stock,
no, the vegetables, you know,
all the vegetable stock, we use a vegetable stock that we get, and there are some really good stocks around. And again, we're not sponsored by these people. This is just the stuff that we use or that I use. Morga, very easily available on Amazon, places like that. They make a very neutral vegetable stock that has all the flavors.
it's really good.
And it's really good. It's organic and halal and everything, and it's really good stuff. And it is granulated, so it's very easy to use. It's not a cube. It's low in sodium. It's a wonderful stuff. You can add maybe a good tablespoon to start out with for the amount that Jens has here, and that'll give it exactly that flavor that we
You can
love.
put in some right now. Like that. That'll be fine. Take a little bit of the vinegar, and you see it's really not much, or it's going to be overwhelming. But without the vinegar, it just doesn't taste right. The apple cider vinegar is really the secret for a good fish soup, I think. Okay, let's play one. We're going to send this one out. Peter and Mark, now who's out in Australia, the twins who also play banjo and guitar. do that. Let's cut up the fish.
Oh yeah. Start cutting up the fish. I'm starting with the salmon. I'm going to cut it in about inch pieces.
It looks good. Be careful.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like nice cubes. Yes, that's good.
About that.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, fantastic.
This is nice fish.
Exactly.
We are using fish fillets. A lot of people are afraid of whole fish because of the bones, and I totally understand this. And the fillets are a little bit more expensive, but if you know your way around whole fish, of course you can just use a whole fish to put in there instead of the fillets that we use here.
But this is a quick fish.
But this is really a quick everyday recipe that you can fix in just a few minutes. It's really done in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. That you have to do this.
Let's put a little wine in here. What do you think? Okay. Oh, it's starting to look good. Perfect. So put a little wine. And also put dill in here. So you see, if I have glass like that, I mean, I put lots of dill. Yeah, looks kind of good. And now, because it's East Prussian, they use a lot of honey. They make liquor out of honey. Honey is essential for life. So in the fish soup, our grandma put a little bit of honey. And the taste that you get with honey and the apple cider vinegar, that's really home, isn't it, Uwe? I put some pepper in, and also I have some chopped clams, and they just add to the flavor. The potatoes are about half done, so I just gotta put them in, and they're just gonna help me, develop this fish flavor.
Back in Switzerland, where we were landlocked and there was no ocean, my parents always used cod. That was the frozen cod that we would get in these pounded blocks, and then we would thaw it and make the soup like that. Or the fishermen out in the river, in Switzerland they didn't like eels, so we loved eels, so we would get tons of eels from them when they went out there, and we would fix eel soup. And you remember when Dad would pull their skin off, tie them to the faucet, and it was just an amazing stuff. And eel soup was something that we had a couple of times a year.
Same thing, but just using eel,
Yeah.
And because both of our parents came from the North Sea, East Sea.
Yeah, well, Baltic Sea. My mom came from the Baltic Sea. My dad from the North Sea.
Yeah, right. So they both grew up, with fish. And fish, when they grew up, it wasn't such a delicatessen like today. You would get a herring, they would throw them at you. But today, a herring costs a lot of money.
And I still love them. I love my herrings. I get the canned herrings, and they're just a wonderful dinner. Sometimes there's a couple of potatoes, just some herring with it. I just love that.
I know.
This is a short fishing song.
Because you gotta hurry up.
Yeah, we gotta hurry up. Well, I might have gone fishing, but I'm thinking it over. 'Cause the road to the river is a mighty long way. There's no reason, no rhyme, no reason. I take it easy. It's my lazy day. What I really like about the song is that it's over now. Because
It's so lazy
he doesn't even wrote a bridge or a second verse.
Let's put the fish in.
Yeah.
I don't think. Let's see.
No,
Let's see
not
the
with the
potatoes
fish.
first. Let's see the potatoes first. Yes, potatoes are getting there. Give it a try. Perfect. Can you add a little bit more salt? Not enough salt in it. Sorry. That's it. I think. Put the fish in because the potatoes are almost done. So I can turn the heat down and put the shrimp in. There's one more he wanted to escape. Put the fish in. Doesn't that look great? Make sure I just steer it. Now I can still steer it, you know, because the fish is not falling apart, so I can put it underneath everything a little bit. Right. Looks about right. Now we have time.
Is greater than the sea. dream for me. We haven't done this in a while.
Yes, I has a the weird thing. This is nervous. Yeah, anyway. What's all the end?
It starts to smell.
Yeah, you have to try the salt content.
Salt.
What do you think?
Wonderful.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Uwe put some flour into the cream, and we just make a little, put some flour, and now we can just sort of put this in the stew.
Very careful.
Carefully, just sort of mix it up.
Okay. So Melissa is not really a fan of fish, but I am. So I get to try today, and I'm really looking forward to this because, funny enough, I start with the potato and the sauce. Perfect, Jens. This is just like home. This is home. Let's see what the fish does. Perfect.
I can't even play anymore on the eat.
How do we say in Switzerland?
Oh, en goed miteinander.
En goed miteinander. So I hope you enjoyed our grandmother's fish soup. I'm really looking forward to finishing this. This is really, really good, Jens. Bravo. That was a lot of fun. Easy, very simple. A lot of variations you can do with this. You can replace a lot of things with a lot of things, and it's a great
But
recipe.
this is how we used to do it at home,
Yeah.
really.
And it's not really high in calories or anything like that.
That's good. It's healthy.
Mhm.
Good
Very
for
healthy,
you.
yes.
All right, you all take care. We'll see you on
next
our live
week,
shows
yeah.
with Joel and Jody. Thank you, Melissa. Goodbye.
Maybe this one right here. I have no idea, Jens.
We should have figured this out last week.
We could have figured this out 20 years ago.
What, 20 years ago from today? We just did this one. We just did,
See, I like this one. What was this one?
There's many songs like that.
I'm on my way.
Okay, why not? That's good. It's fish.
Simple, yes.
We make fish, it's biblical, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, that would be a good one.
Let's see, yeah.
That would be one.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do my new one in F.
Yep. And then we do it
For Lodi.
for Lodi.
Yes, because Lodi likes it. I don't like it, but Lodi likes it, so we play it. What else could we do?
We'll come up with something.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's start. Are you ready, Melissa?
I'm ready.
Are you already filming?
Yep.